We have Negate up. I think gets us here. Well, we'll see. Nope, did not. Okay, and then what did he do? Welcome everyone, today we're gonna play more Teferi Gates. We're gonna jump into the deck in just a second, but I just wanted to take a moment to talk a little about the power of being different. Well, as it relates to magic, of course. It's not a philosophical topic, or maybe it is, I don't know. But what I want to talk about is, I think that a lot of people have a miserable time in Magic, since what they do is they just net deck, they take something like a red deck wins, or something that's super popular at the time, and they just get bored, I think, by the deck, because this is supposed to be the strongest deck, and why don't I win like every game? I'm playing the strongest deck, right? But the thing is, everyone is thinking the same. Everyone just wants to play the best deck, get those free wins, and rank up as fast as possible, I guess. And that's not gonna work, because as you climb higher and higher, you start to realize that everyone is kind of cut from the same cloth, and they are about as skilled as you are. So the more you rank up, the closer and closer you get to, I don't know if you could call it the human limit. That's not probably what it is, but it's kind of the limit where everyone is kind of at the same point. I think, I don't know exactly where you reach it, if it's at the top of maybe gold tier, or if it's mid in platinum, but I think it's somewhere around there where people start playing near optimally. It's okay, there's the occasional player which makes mistakes, which don't read the cards, as we've seen in my mono black video, for instance. But for the most part, people play nearly perfect, especially if they're playing something like mono red. They're just gonna go, you know, face. They're not gonna be super duper interactive with their decks. And if you're playing mono red against mono red, for instance, well, that's not gonna be super fun for you, I don't think, because your opponent is gonna be about as lucky as you, and it's gonna be, you know, a coin toss who wins. Maybe someone has a bit more cards, invested a little bit more time or money into the game or something, and maybe he comes out on top because of that. But yeah, so what do you do instead? Well, I wanted to show these games today to just highlight this point, the power of being different, because we're gonna see a couple of games where I win because I play a little bit of different cards, and we're gonna see games where my opponent wins because they dared to play a little bit of different cards in their deck. So it's not gonna be the standard metagame that we see here. We're gonna see not only aggro, which goes face all the time. It's not only mono white, mono blue, mono red, and Boros. It's gonna be a few different decks, and I think that's fun. And I think these games that we're about to jump into really highlight that point. Let's have a look at the deck, though. Here's the deck list. So what I've included here is I've included one Masterminds acquisition. That doesn't seem too unique, right? Just one. I'm actually looking to get more, and I think I want to bring out maybe one Teferi, maybe even two, maybe an Entrancing Melody, maybe something else. Why do I think Masterminds acquisition is so good and Teferi is not so good? Well, Teferi is good. In a vacuum, he's super duper good. Is maybe one of the strongest planeswalker. I mean, you know, of course, the Jace and the old Liliana Vesp, of course. Jace the Mind Sculptor and Liliana Vesp are probably gonna be the best planeswalkers ever printed, in my opinion. I don't think there's ever gonna be a stronger planeswalker than those, but I think Teferi comes in maybe third, who knows. So why don't I think that it's necessarily the best card, though? Well, everyone is prepared for Teferi. Everyone runs Teferi, so everyone is forced to either have very aggressive threats, which can, because Teferi is not super good against aggro decks, really. It's not good against mono red. They can either burn him out if it becomes a problem, or they'll just go face and don't care about your Teferi because he's super slow, because 5 mana and doesn't really do that much on the field. So instead, what I want to do is play something different, like Masterminds acquisition. There are some decks, I've seen like one deck, or maybe 2 decks that I've faced up against who has played Masterminds acquisition, and it's been working great for them. And I think one of the reasons is that you can play such weird cards in your sideboard. And think about it, we're doing this best of one, so you're not going to use your sideboard for anything else, right? So might as well put a lot of different things, have it kind of a toolbox where you find the exact right threat and right thing to do against your opponent at the right point in time. So let's just jump into the sideboard before we talk about the deck, because you've probably seen this deck before. I'm going to go through it, but But let's have a look at the sideboard here. I think it's very important if you run a card like Mastermind's Acquisition to be very efficient. In most matchups, it's gonna be aggro, right? So in most matchups, it's not gonna be super good. So you want to have those very, very efficient cards, which can search for with just 1 mana. If there was 0 mana cards or some alternative cost cards, I would probably have them here, but there's currently no such cards in Standard. So we're running things such as Healing Grace, for instance. If I'm up against Mon-Red and I'm under pressure and I just want to get to my Archway Angel, but I'm at 5 mana, for instance, and I know it's gonna take another turn and I'm probably gonna die before that, then I'm gonna play my Mastermind's Acquisition, search for Healing Grace, and just survive 1 more turn. And that's might be good enough. If I put down the Archway Angel, I might, you know, stabilize, go up to a high life total where they can't kill me. I also have good removal. Sky Tether is a decent removal. There are other removal, but if you only have 1 mana available, you're probably gonna go to Sky Tether. You have Demystify to deal with enchantments, which there are a lot of currently. Duress, which I don't think I necessarily need there. It's a 1 mana card, which is sometimes very good, but not sure I need it here. Deface, though, is a very good card to deal with artifacts, because there are rare cases where your opponent actually plays artifacts. And then it's really good. But there is a better card. It's a rare card. It's exile target colorless permanent, and currently in Standard all artifacts are colorless. There are artifacts which are not colorless. You know, back in the old sets, if you played Magic for a long time, you might have seen them. But currently in Standard, all the artifacts are colorless, so it's just better to run that card. The only upside with running this is destroy target creature with Defender. I don't think there's any good cards with Defender, none that I can think of at least, so... We have Walk the Plank, a little bit more removal. Lava Coil to deal with things such as the Phoenix. Consecrate Consume to deal with what's called Carnage Tyrant. Mortify, probably not gonna stay in, but it's pretty much the same thing. Deal with enchantments, deal with creatures. Settle the Wreckage, mostly useful against, sometimes against the Gates deck when they have a lot of Colossus out and you just want to exile them all in one go. You can also do it against Vivian Reed, which is ultimated, or a Carnage Tyrant, which can't deal with, and you don't, for some reason, don't want to play Consume against it. Maybe if they're recurring it, for instance. Vraska's Contempt, deal with the Planeswalkers, but then we come to this guy. I'm gonna include more fun stuff in my sideboard, definitely. I just don't have all the rare wild cards to spend. I initially want to build up maybe 3 or 4 Masterminds Acquisition. But for the time being, you get the Nezahal for free in one of the starter decks, so that's why I have it in there. I haven't crafted it. And it can't be countered. You have no maximum hand size, which is pretty good, since you can pretty much draw your entire deck with this deck, so. And whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, draw a card, which is also super duper strong. But then it has discard 3 cards. Exile Nezahal, return it to the battlefield, tapped under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So this essentially means that as long as you have cards in your hand, it's impossible to kill. Even if they target it with a removal, you do, okay, I discard 3 cards. Okay, they say, okay, but I respond to that trigger by playing another removal. Then okay, discard 3 more cards, discard 3 more cards. As long as you have, you know, like 20 cards in hand or something, they can't deal with a Nezahal ever. And this is such a finisher against very, very controlled decks. I've seen them crop up lately. I think it's a reaction to all the aggro. If you can't, the best way of beating aggro is probably not being another aggro deck, because then you're just competing with a saturated market already. Instead, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go the other way. You're gonna go the complete opposite and be super controlly. These decks that I'm talking about are decks which runs like maybe 1 or 2 win cons in the entire deck, and everything else is just board clear, removal, board clear, removal, and then just clear the entire deck. You could argue that this is kind of like that, but I would argue not, because we still have Archway Angel and Lyra Dawnbringer, which are threats of themselves. They just happen to give me a lot of life, and that's why I like them. And I have Teferi, which is kind of decently fast way to close out the game. You don't necessarily win by this, but the ultimate usually makes your opponent scoop, at least, so it forces the scoop. But now I have the Mastermind, so now I have things like Nezahal. Now I can actually close out the games a little bit faster, especially against those very control type opponents. I have a Gate Colossus also, which is another good threat against decks which don't have exile effects. There are a few of them. And Banefire to close out games versus other control decks. I'm going to be building this up, though. There's a lot of rare cards that I don't have the wild cards to build up here. For instance, I would love to have a... it's called The Nova, the Cleansing Nova, for instance, would be super good to have access to here in the sideboard, but unfortunately, still free to play. So, let's talk about the main deck. If if you haven't seen this deck before, if you haven't followed the channel, I'll just talk briefly about it. This is a quite controlled deck which is centered around board clears, like Gates Ablaze, Deafening Clarion, Wrath, and then stabilizing with life linkers, like Lyra Dawnbringer and Archway Angel. And also because Archway Angel is an angel, it synergizes well with Lyra because they gain lifelink. Often you want to play the Archway Angel down first so that it eats the removal, and then your Lyra afterwards, in case it didn't eat removal, you buff it up and you give it lifelink and it can attack immediately. So that's pretty good. These are the hoser against very aggressive strategies, along with, of course, the sweepers. And then we have things like Entrancing Melody, and I think Entrancing Melody fits very well into a deck which runs a lot of sweepers, because in the beginning, you always want to sweep the board, because your opponent's just gonna flood out his hand before you can do something, because you're gonna be slower than your opponent in 99% of the cases. You're just gonna be the slowest deck. So you just want to first Gates Ablaze, because you can't start taking over things when you're under, the threat of dying. So first you want to sweep, but then they're slowly gonna regain and put down one card, maybe not want to overextend again into a removal or a sweeper again. And that's when Entrancing Melody is so good, because then you just start, taking over whatever threats they play. Because usually, especially if it's in a very aggressive deck, they're gonna be low costing, gonna be like 2 or 3. And also, this takes care of things like Adanto Vanguard and the Phoenix and stuff like that, which are otherwise hard to deal with. But Entrancing Melody can deal with all of them in the best way possible, because you gain it on your side. Yes, we also have Teferi, which, as I said in a little bit previously, it's not necessarily the best card to run here as a way to finish out the game, because there's so many decks that are prepared for it. Even though it's super duper strong, everyone is having a way to deal with it, so that makes it worse. So having unique cards such as Masterminds Acquisition, maybe at some point Masterminds Acquisition, everyone will hate the card and it will be the best and it will be the new Teferi. Why play Teferi? We can just play Masterminds and search for it or something. But for now, it's kind of niche and it's very fun to play, so I really recommend you, if you want something fun to play, you don't need to copy this deck exactly card for card, but do something like this and maybe add your own spice. Maybe you have a good card to have in the sideboard I haven't thought about. Maybe you have the rare wild card to craft something that's very good in a specific matchups against something. Go ahead and do that. That's what I'm trying to say. Go ahead and do that. Experiment, do some fun stuff, and I can guarantee you that your wins will come. If you experiment enough and you have a deck which not everyone is running, then you're gonna be a little bit off the meta, and I think your win rate is gonna go up and your enjoyment is gonna go up as well. Let's just jump into the games. So, we're playing more Magic. Ranked, yes, Gold Tier 3. Gold Tier 3, we're pushing. Maybe we're gonna get to Platinum at some point. Love this deck, really love this deck. Sherrocane, the Hurricane of Cherries, I don't know. Kaya's Wrath, Entrancing Melody, Shimmer of Possibility, Guild Summit. With 3 lands. I mean, we have the Wrath. And maybe the Shimmer of Possibilities to get an earlier Wrath. The thing with this hand, though, the big problem with this hand is we can't play Kaya's with these lands. This produces blue and red. It's a bit awkward. But I think we can get there with the Shimmer. We're gonna keep. See what Sherrocane is on. Mon red? Are you mon red, mister? Mon white, maybe. Okay. Well, now the chances of playing Kaya's Wrath has gone up at least. Okay, a Johnny's Primate, some kind of life gain deck, I would think. Next time we're gonna go Shimmer. Under Plains, another Johnny. Okay, still no life gain though. We have Kaya's in hand, so we're prepared to kill them. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Yep. Taking damage. Yep. Taking lots of damage here. 3 3s. Okay. Will we survive long enough? That's a question. Gateway Plaza is pretty much exactly what we need here. Because then we can play Kai's Wrath on curve. Okay, more damage. Any other creatures? Nope. Well, that's good. No! No, it's the wrong one! I thought it was the one who gained me life! No! That's so bad. Okay. Well, we're gonna... Just as planned, I know. He's not gonna get us to 0, so I play this, right? Yeah, sure. That's not a problem. Yeah, that was a misplay. I should read the cards. I should really have looked there. Well, I think this will be good. Put down this also. Pass the turn. And probably take over whatever he plays here. Maybe. Or maybe he doesn't play anything. Well, that's great. Yeah, put this down. Doesn't matter, everything is a gate here. Doesn't matter how we tappity-tap things. Let's draw. Wow, I'm surprised we survived that misplay. Could have easily killed us, I thought. But apparently did not. Ixalan's Binding. That's pretty good Ixalan's Binding target, though. I will admit. Will admit this deck is much slower without being able to play that. Well, we'll put down this since we're not doing anything else. Might as well. And yep, passing the turn. Did not think he had double Ixalans. Did not think that. Well, okay, that's good target to take over. We'll start creating an army here on this side of the board. Thank you. Also, next turn, I have a pretty good Archway Angel turn, I think. Which is getting buffed by the Marshal, so you know. Pretty good stuff. Cherokane. Not in a bit of trouble here, I would say. Bit of trouble. Yeah, we're gaining a gazillion life here. Going back up to starting life, apparently. Well, that's pretty good. Backing in. End the turn. Have any more creatures I can steal? Will you Ixalan's Binding the Archway Angel? Well, then I will have to kill you with your own deck. That's pretty much... Oh, I have Lyra also. Yeah. No Scooperooners yet. That's good. Lyra, another +1/+1. That's pretty nice. Is he holding Settle Wreckage? Well, doesn't matter. He conceded. Boros Gateway. Gates Ablaze. Lyra. Yeah. Keep it keeps. My opponent down to 6 cards. He is mulliganing. There's a new mulligan system coming, and I'm really looking forward to that. I really hate the fact that you sometimes get lands. It doesn't happen too much. From what I've heard, they've changed something in the algorithm. So whereas before they drew you 2 hands and took the best one out of it, or best one as far as land is, or concerned. They're not doing that anymore. They're picking 3 hands, and you get the best out of 3, and that's why I probably almost always start with 3 lands now, which is amazing. Really love that. What do we want here then? I don't know, maybe a Plaza, honestly. Get a little bit ahead in the mana race here. And Gates Ablaze next turn. We'll take a bit of damage. And by a bit, I mean 7. It's quite a lot. Yeah, sure. Let's blaze it. Blazing him. He's still stuck on 2 lands, though. That's not too good, I don't think. He's probably not super stoked about that. Let's gain some life and put down Mrs. Lyra. Tap Weaver. Tapping down Lyra. Doesn't untap. Clutch plays here. Well. I could just buy some time, honestly. Or I could put down the summit. I don't think he's gonna kill me next turn anyways. So maybe putting down the summit is the right player. I have a sweeper if I need to. if it's too much on the tap plan. And put this, drawing a card. Yep. Another Lyra, huh? Well, we'll see. Having this Plaza is pretty nice, though. Nope, he realized he was pretty much done. You can't hold her down one more turn. Yep. I'm gaining too much life with my opponent. This is a good hand. Orzhov, Izzet, Boros, Negate, Masterminds, Deafening Clarion, yeah. A little bit of everything here. Shlombat. Is he up? Is he doing? Is he playing? Is Shlombat playing? Also, it seems to me that a lot of decks like that are not prepared at all against mono red. Like, he only plays hand disruption and counters. Is that gonna work against something like mono red? I don't know. Seems like that kind of deck is just hoping that he's up against someone like me. Yes! Not mono red, it's not aggressive. Then my deck finally works. Okay. Yeah, sure. Put down the search. Search for Azcanta. The Azcanta. Shlombat! Wow. Field of Ruin, what are you so afraid of, buddy? What are you so afraid of? Gates decks? I don't know. Do I want that? Do I want that? I need to get to my Masterminds acquisition. So maybe I graveyard this? Yeah, I think I graveyard this. It's the wrong colors. That's much better. Much better. Let's Shimmer here. Okay. I haven't played any creatures, but I'm sure he plays creatures. I think we're gonna Entrancing Melody here. Oh, we don't have the blue now. Okay. Maybe I should have started with the colors. And also, since you have Field of Ruin, he could theoretically. Okay, that's library. Definitely library. Gonna clear that guy. Oh, I could have cleared it with this. Mistake! Mistake! Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I take over something small at least. And those I'm just gonna clear, I think. Yeah, still library. You know, Masterminds for something good here. Yeah, just clear. Simple clear. I'll find another clear if I need to with the Masterminds. Yeah, I really like Masterminds now. I really want to include more Masterminds in the deck. It's an answer to everything, so yeah. Risky, but maybe a good player. Do I have any? Nope, I don't have any. Any basics? Adventurous Impulse. Can search for any land. Okay, now I know exactly what I'm up against. Yeah, library that. Put this into play. And okay, we can take that over with the Mastermind, or with the Entrancing Melody. So I'm gonna Masterminds for a called search the library. Something in your deck. Yep. Gonna search for a Guild Summit. That's also nice having the option to search for something in your deck, I think. Don't need Negate against this guy. It doesn't even seem to. Yeah, transform. Gates Ablaze is pretty good here. I think we can take 5 though. So I'm willing to put down. Add 1 blue, white. Willing to put down the Guild Summit here, just to refill my hand. That's pretty good. Now I have a new hand. And I can clear anything or take over or do whatever I want here. I think I've basically won here, I think. We'll see. Too much yet, so let's draw some and gain 1,000,000 life. Keep up Negate, maybe. That'd be worthwhile. I'm gonna entrance the Rekindling Phoenix for sure. Or maybe I clear them. Let's see. Yep. Take 5. That's fine. Yeah, let's just Gates Ablaze here. Oh, why are you... Why does he always want to use the Azcanta for everything? I don't know. Mr. Auto Tapper. Tap like this instead. Is much better to me. Then let's tap these guys. Like here. Guild Summit. Draw. Maybe 2 cards. Maybe I want to keep up Negates also. And I have a lot of cards. A lot of business against him already. Orkan's Unsealing. When it comes to creature spell power 7 or greater. Does he have power 7 or greater? I doubt it. Nope. Nothing here. Let's see. No, don't tap like that. Come on, auto tapper, you. Come on, you silly man. I want the Kai's Wrath maybe. He's pretty good. I'll rather take stuff over though against this guy. Yeah, let's have a Kai's also. Why not? Let's go to his turn. Keep up everything here. We have all the answers. All the answers for anything he might play. What will you play, sir? Play anything? Nope. Then check the top cards. No! It's about to click the land. That didn't work, luckily. Luckily it can't pick up lands. Let's put away that Sarkhan's Unsealing. That's looking nasty. And sure. Land. Draw some cards. And pass. Definitely need the negate. I don't need all these negates though. Want the entrancing melodies. The Kai's and the Gates Ablaze, but we'll see. Well, that's an easy takeover though. Take over this guy. Yep. Start going up to 8, I guess. Yeah. Let's pass here. On top 2. I don't need to draw. I have everything I need. Discard a card. Discard Guildgate. I have everything I need to win here. I'm just milling myself if I'm drawing anymore, so. I'm just gonna draw with the Teferi. Just to get him plus counters. Okay. Yep. Counters. Yeah. Gain some more life. Back in with the Gore Claw. All Sigma. Kaboosh. Last turn. Yeah, we can't untap. Discard a card. Guess Shimmer, because we have everything we need. Nothing that could get us here, I don't think. I would be surprised if something could get us here. The creature will take it over. The non-creature will negate it. Yeah, that's perfect. Play more of those, please. Yeah, draw a card. I think it's safe for him to give up at this point, but he doesn't know that, so. And I can't communicate it to him in any possible way, so. Yeah, and the turn. I guess now I've turned into the control deck that I despised so much. I have my own wing, because I know, I have Archway Angels, I have creatures. Stuff in here. Super concerned about that guy, honestly. I think I'm just gonna have Goreclaw back on the defense here. gain a million life. Going with the Phoenix. You can block that guy, so. 5. Oh, a Lyra also. Very nice. You will discard. Yeah, sure. On Lyra. Yeah, attacking with the Phoenix. He's pretty dead now. At 53. I think Schlombat is playing a little bit of an unreasonable deck. Only big creatures. Nothing which does anything. Best of one, use it for something. Buff one card to be very, very good. Gateway Plaza, Orzhov Guildgate, Dimir Guildgate. I think maybe one Teferi actually goes out, because I can search for the Teferi when I need it. What more do I take out? I have to think about that. Gateway Plaza, Orzhov, Dimir, Kaya's. Yeah, we have the board sweeper owners, so I'll keep. Doubles even. Monred? Haven't seen Monred in a while. A Monred gone. Okay. It's Gates. We'll see. Historically, we've had a pretty good track record against these guys. Except when they draw a... it's called Guild Summit, and we do not. Guild Summit is the card which can get us here. Place it now. Have the Guild Summit? Nope. Branch Walker. That's weird. Well, sure. Sure. Shimmer for something? No, I think I'd rather keep up Negate. For his Guild Summit. And clear at any time. Yep. The Guild Summit is the dangerous thing here. Yeah, that's completely fine. Don't care really about that. It's a good card, but I don't think that's the card that will get us necessarily. Didn't play it though. Definitely would have played it, right, if you had it. So, do I put out Search for Azcanta? Yeah, I think I do. I think if he had it, he would have definitely played it, so... Definitely. Oh, maybe kept back. Because he played Branch Walker instead. You have the Guild Summit, you play the Guild Summit, right? So, yep. Going in for that damage. Gatebreaker Ram. Yep. Masterminds Acquisition. Let's see here. It's a 5/5. And all we have are gates, right? So if I put down a gate... Don't have a gate in hand, though. I have a Kai's Rat, though. I don't have the mana to play it. Don't have the manas. I would love to keep the Masterminds. Love to keep it. So maybe what I do is I shimmer for a land here. I think I do. Library. I'm not dead. I'm just going down low. That's fine, I think. We're gonna shimmer for a land. Can clear this up. No land. But there is a Guild Summit here, and Guild Summit is very important. So we're gonna shimmer again. Hopefully hit land what we need. Yep, there's land. And put the land down, and yeah. Now we can clear with the Kayas. So that's good. 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're taking damage, that's for sure. We can regain that at some point. Easily regain that. Growth Spiral. Okay. 7, 7. Interesting that it played it now. I do need land, so yes, I will take that. We have Negate up. I think it gets us here. Well, we'll see. Nope, did not. Okay, and then what did he do? Oh, that was unexpected. I thought I was safe there. I think he didn't enjoy that fully, or maybe he did. Maybe he's gonna enjoy the. I think this without a sweeper. I think this is a mulligan. Okay, here we have the shimmer, so easy keepsies. Plaza. Probably yes, honestly. Because we're probably up against something aggressive. Probably. In most cases. Up against something. Nope. Oh, well. Yeah, probably. One white small creature dudes. I don't think that's the official name, but what I'm using. Danto Vanguard. Okay. Well, the Vanguard I need to steal. That's the only way of dealing with it, I think. This deck. So let's try and find a steal spell. Oh, there it is. Right on time. Last turn. I'll take a little bit of damage, but we'll heal up, so... Overly worried yet. Love that this always holds priority, because you can always, even when your opponent is tapped out and can't play anything, always have the option to lose a little bit of life. Yep, looking for anything else. 3 manas. History of Benalia. Ah, that's a good one. That's a good card there, buddy. I think we're gonna just gain some life, take over the Adanto, and prepare to sweep the board. Mana, take Adanto. Next turn we're gonna Shimmer for a board clear. Turn. Resolve. Taking 3 more damage, but we're healing 3 anyways, so... Biggest deal. He has a buff spell here. Something. A something. Do you have a something? Are you playing a something? Of Benalia. Yeah, good card. Could be holding up the indestructible thing. That could be irritating. So maybe I should keep up Negate for my board clear also. Way to go, since he's not playing anything. That's weird, right? Why isn't he playing anything? Costs 3 mana, so keep that in mind, I think. Just passes here, that's a bit weird. He just passes here, that's a bit weird. Okay, so we have the board clear though. We'll take a little bit of that. Plaza in hand. Go for the Shimmer first. What we can find. Here's the Gates Ablaze. There's a lot of things I can make all his creatures indestructible, but it's better to play this now. Or is it? No, it's not. Better to play it next turn with the gate backup. Much better. Okay. Yep. Knights you control get huge. I'm gonna sacrifice the Adanto. Just prevent a little bit of damage here. 5 mana. Yep. Taking 5. Going down to 13. I don't want to get blown off the board by indestructibility, so I'm gonna keep up the negates here. Yep. It's a blaze. You have the indestructibility. Nope, he did not. Okay, so maybe I did all this for nothing, all this work. Could have saved me some health points. What is he holding in his hand though? 5 mana. Down. Asda. Maybe just didn't want to overextend, maybe. Bounty agent. Well. Destroy target legendary permanent. Oh, we don't have black. We can't play this. If you think about it. An artifact creature enchantment. He has the perfect counter to our Lyra here. Well. We're gonna wait then. Draw a black source, I guess. I didn't even think about that I didn't have the black source for Kaya's Wrath. Rarely happens that way. This time it did, though. If you draw into a black source, you can play it right away, so not that big of a deal, maybe. Depends if we don't draw into it. Okay, I'll be taking over that bounty agent, I think. That's what's preventing me from doing much here. That's about that. That seems to be fine, I think. Because now we can go Lyra. Couldn't before. Probably has removal, though. That's probably what he's hoarding in his hand, I think. Most likely. Emotion. That is not a problem. At all. Not a problem. Yep, 2 damage. I'll be taking 2 damage. Else? No. Well, Archway Angel. Definitely Archway Angel before the Lyra. Definitely. It heals me up to probably 20 something. No, 18. Oh, I still attack with it. The emotion. I think the thing which gives it Defender and removes flying. Maybe if you're aggressive, I guess the emotion is better. We'll probably do something about the Archway Angel here. And then we get him with the Lyra. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Yasin 5. And Maroon 5. They're gonna go down. I think this guy's running way too much removal in this deck. With Conclave Tribunal and Demotion. This is just overkill. What do I know? I put away the Tribunal. Or do I just draw some cards? I think I just draw some cards here. Draw some cards. Ooh, well, that's pretty nice. All attack. Yep. On tap 2. Mind if I do. If it has a removal for Teferi, then I'll counter it. If you play some nonsense, that's fine. Attacks Teferi? Attacks face? Yep, Teferi. That is okay. Yep. I'm taking it. Will he buff his creatures? Spy charge. Yeah, he will kill it, so I'll have to negate it. So that's what he was holding on to. Trying to build a board. Interesting. Sunhome Stalwart. Well, here we have the Manus. So I guess we could go for the board clear here. And yeah, I think we won the game right there. Don't think there's any coming back from this. I would be surprised. Super duper surprised if you can come back from this. Yep. He knew it. That's good. I get a pack here. A lot of spicy cards. Was not expecting that. He did not go for Expansion Explosion. No, 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 no. Banefire. Well, sure. Not expecting that. Maybe I should have been clearing and doing stuff earlier against that deck. Took a bit too much damage, which I didn't have to. It's just, I felt like the Gates deck traditionally don't have many ways to burn you out except Expansion Explosion, so it takes a long while. You can wait with your life gain for a very, very long time against them. Did not work against him, though. This hand is a keep. The Shimmer makes it a keep. Okay, Clifftop Retreat, so something aggressive, I guess. Borosians? No? No, some kind of control deck, which I've no idea what it is. Well, we'll see. Pressure map. Usually not played in too aggressive decks. Well, we'll see. I have no idea. I've been up against so much weird stuff. I haven't faced mono red in a long while now. Just, what is this? I have no idea. Maybe he has a super good plan with this. How the hell would I know that? Or what it is even. That's what's interesting about Magic, I think. Let's see. Do we need a Lyra here? I think the Negate. The right gate. That's this guy. Seems to be on the non-creature plan so far. That's why I'm picking these up. See if the entrancings will come in handy at some point, maybe. I'd play some creature. Who knows? He's digging. I'm sure it's mostly removal. Unless he's a complete mad lad and just doesn't run removal. Well, let's shimmer again. The fairy would be nice here. Fairy would be nice. I'll take this fairy. Maybe putting away a treasure map could be the play. Or just keeping the Teferi and negating. Also good. Oh, we don't have... yeah, we have mana for Teferi. We have the Gateway Plaza, luckily. Okay, yeah. He's probably stuck with only removal cards in hand, I would think. I don't think he's mad enough to only run cards that we've seen now. Well, probably mostly creature removal. Think. So what do we want to do? Do we want to put away the treasure map? Seems kind of good to put away the treasure map, honestly. Is that 2 counters? Yes, only at 1 mana. Yeah, sure, it could kill the Teferi. Likely will. Do we care about the Teferi enough? Do we care about the million cards? I think we care more about the million cards. And if he doesn't have the removal for the Teferi, which he might not have, honestly, we should be fine. 1 mana? You sure you have something? Oh, okay. You sure you have 4 mana? Think about that. Might have removal for Teferi. Raskus? Something? Nope. Want to really use it now? Revitalize? Interesting. Okay. Counterspell? Is that what he's looking for? Negate? I have no idea what that man was looking for that day. Maybe a removal for Teferi, I guess. Fountain of Renewal. Yeah. Very non-aggressive deck, I would say. So far. So are we. I'm sitting on Negates and Entrancing Melody. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Well, all your treasures are gone. Nothing has happened. Put this down, I guess. Draw a card. Guess I'm on the... oh. Maybe I'm not. I was about to say maybe I'm on the Protect Teferi plan. I don't need to be on that plan if I have Guild Summit, though. I can just go ham. Just ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Draw cards, draw cards, draw cards. And untap 2. Protect Teferi. Discard 2. I think Gates Ablaze can go. Deafening Clarion can go. If he plays something, I'll take it over. Plays a creature, but he probably won't. Map. Okay, so far it's only life gain. Mortify. That we will negate. 4 mana. You have the removal for Teferi. Smothering Tide. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2 if it doesn't create a... so, okay, I guess I kind of have to. Pay 2 here. Yeah, I'll draw a card. Yeah, I'll draw a card from Teferi. That's better than drawing it from Guild Summit. And I'll pay 2. That's... Smothering Tide is pretty irritating, honestly, against us. And pass the turn. Untap 2. Put the negate. Yep. Smothering Tide. And he's looking for something. Haven't seen a single... Probably holding only board clear spells. Or how does this guy even function against aggro decks? If he's not holding... Because he hasn't discarded anything, so this has to be board clear spells in hand. Else he can't fight anything. Mortify. Else is only good against control decks. Yep. 3 mana. Does he have? Pressure. Nope. Regrets the decision immediately. Okay. Passes the turn. Okay. Nope. Wait. Okay. What does he do? 2 white. Nope. I have no idea. No idea what's going on. I'm putting that in the graveyard because I want to flip this. Yes, transform. I'll pay 2. Solve. Yep. I think I'm gonna put away the Smothering Tide so that I can actually do stuff here. Or will I? Could just wait 1 more turn and keep Teferi. Do I need Teferi now that I've Guild Summit? No, I don't. Don't really need it. Put away this nonsense. Put it away. Draw a card. Lyra. Let me put down Lyra here. Giving something to worry about. Other option is Negate, I guess. I'll put down Lyra. Good to have a couple of threats for him to worry about. Does he run? Now we'll see if he runs removal. Except for Mortify. Yeah, Smothering Tide there on top. Star Extinction, okay. That's a removal, I guess. Not super good against mono red, but that's a removal. Oh yeah, it killed my land there also. That's very unfortunate. Yeah, I guess let's go for business. Down. Okay, we don't have the manas. Well, we'll wait then. How does this guy work against mono red? I don't see it. Revitalize and Fountain of Renewal? Not enough usually, in my opinion. You need board sweepers, and you can't rely on Star Extinction. Yeah, I'll pay 2, I guess. This thing is like only good against our deck also, so I don't know. I don't know about this deck. Another one of those matchups which I just feel like conceding because it's so damn slow. He's not doing anything. I haven't seen a single win con from his deck so far. I mean, I played several. I played Angels. I played Teferi. Do I care about it? Yeah, I think I do. I think I do. Yep. Okay. Draw another card. There's a Teferi. Play 2, sure. Guess we'll put down the Teferi, put away the Smothering Tide. Yeah, that seems good. Seems good. Man, is this matchup slow. Show me a win con, please. I don't think he has a win con. Maybe he has 1 in his deck. Okay. Yeah, so far you haven't played a single card which does anything but remove or sweep. don't. Are you sure you're not playing any fun cards in your deck? Fun and not allowed in your life? You always maybe that's the thing. Maybe it just bores people to death. I mean, it's a real thing, right? Bedazzle? Is that the way he wins? Bedazzle? Are you fucking kidding me? Is that the way this deck wins? With Bedazzle? Seems like it. No Wincon in there. Not a single one. No creatures. No planeswalkers. Nothing. I think this guy just bores you to death. I think, honestly, that's his win con. Oh, wait. He has a way to kill something. Okay. Oh, interesting. But still not a win con. Well. Or I'll draw my entire deck. Board of it. I'm so tired of this guy. So tired. Please play something which does something in your deck. Attack. I think I'm gonna go Nezahal here, honestly. Please don't do anything against him. Play creatures. I'm gonna go Nezahal, play it out, draw shit ton of cards, and kill him with Nezahal. Yep. This guy doesn't like magic. Hates it. Yep. Masterminds acquisition. Outside the game. Where's Nezahal? There he is. Yeah, sure. Throw away the Gates Ablaze. Seem awfully useful against him. Smothering Tide, sure. Not a problem. Yep. A2. Decline. Have your treasures. I don't care anymore. I have Nezahal. Can't be countered. Yep. All we need to do now is protect the Guild Summit. We can protect the Nezahal easily with the discard 3 cards. Yep. Nope, I'm not gonna play. You can draw your cards if you want to. Some point you'll run out of cards. Okay. You have a way to interact with my Nezahal? We need a lot of them. A lot of them. Sacrifice a treasure, draw a card, yep. Next turn I'll be able to pay for the Smothering Tide as well. Bedazzle. Okay, so he wants to deal whenever an opponent draws a card. Why did I... Oh yeah, because I played something. Resolve. Fine. Non-basic lands. Sure. 40. 39, yeah. I think that this is Wincon. Bedazzle. You won't have enough Bedazzles, so really sure. Let's see. My turn. Yeah, sure. I'll pay 2. Play another land. Another card. Yeah. Pay 2. Solve. Wait. 13 cards left, so we're gonna use all the cards just to protect Nezahal there. All attack. Boom. That's why we have Nezahal in the deck, by the way. It's for this kind of matchup. That's why I want more of these Masterminds acquisition. Because now I can just go Nezahal, and he can't do anything. I don't think. I mean, I will have enough cards to discard. Yep. Boy, sure. Fine. Nezahal. Yep. Draw a card. Do that. That's fine. Another Smothering Tide. Draw a card. Resolve. 2. Yep. We keep up Negate. No, I'll pay 2 here. Oh, that's just that trick. Let's see, my turn. When an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. Solve. Pay 2. Solve. 2. So here I don't want to deck myself, so I'm just gonna put this down in some life. And go in with Nezahal. Kaboosh. Don't put down Lyra. No, not really. I think I need it. I seem to have 11 turns to play this out anyway, so... And I have all the cards here to sacrifice the Nezahal. Can you live in 11 turns, Chinese? Can you live in 11 turns? With the Nezahal in play? We'll see. I think you're screwed, Chinese. I think your plan did not work. I think you can go give up now. How does he win, though? There's still 0 win cons. 0 win cons. Is there Banefire hidden in there somewhere? I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. Vitalize. Oh, wait. Actually, he can deck me. That's actually a real threat here. Yep. Gonna pay 2 here. Solve. Pay 2. That's, I guess, the most real threat. Pay 2. I could, I guess, remove Nezahal at his upkeep next turn. I'm gonna put a stop here. Well, at the beginning of the next end step. Because that way Nezahal won't draw me cards. Because that's like the most dangerous thing right now, that I'm drawing cards. Yeah, sure. Yep. My turn. I'll pay 2. Solve. Pay 2. Solve. Pay 2. And go in for more damage. And let's see, at his end step, I want to use this. Discard 3 cards. I will discard this, this, this. This way, it won't draw me extra cards. That's why I'm doing this. If you're wondering. Let's see. What does he do? Anything? Smothering Tide? Haphazard Bombardment or something? Yeah, he wants to kill that. That's fine. Completely fine. Can you do anything? Yep. And A2. Yep. Hey. Yeah. Got him. Got him. Oh my god. Woo!